If you can believe it, this one's going to be a short one. The prayer is, "Oh Lord, help. I feel like my accusers are closing in on me. I want to honor you. I want to obey you." This was a really difficult time in my life. I'm not going to go into it too much, but I do remember distinctly going for a walk, and this was the verse that God gave me. "You cannot be a pleaser of man and a disciple of Christ." I am such a people pleaser. It is so hard for me when people don't like me. I don't like that. But if we are going to be a disciple of Christ, we cannot be a pleaser of man. You can't have it both ways. People are not always going to be thrilled with your choices. They're not always going to agree with you. They're going to think they know what is best for you. They're going to think they know when you're doing wrong. And follow the Lord. Learn to hear his voice. Obey him. To obey is better than sacrifice. And I just love this one. It was so hard, but that was so good for me just to hear that. You cannot be a pleaser of man and a disciple of God. I'm sure I was reading it in my Bible that morning, but I just remember going for this walk and meditating on this and just mulling it over. And, okay, Lord, this is hard. I will walk through this, and I will not be concerned with what other people say. I'm not going to dwell on it. I'm not going to wallow in it. I'm going to listen to what you have to say and walk on. And then I also I continually hold on to, "The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous run into it and they are saved." That is probably one of the verses that I cherish the most in my life, because when there's hard times and the enemy is accusing me in my head and all the voices in my head are just accusing, I read this. I keep this in my pocket. I write it out. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous run into it and they are saved. A lot of times I like to have a verse in my pocket so that when the accuser comes, when those voices get crazy in my head, or when people outright are accusing me of something, I can think, but what's in your pocket? And I can pull out what's in my pocket and I can read truth. And this is one that I've had so many times. And it's great because it's a song also. "The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous run into it and they are saved." And I say it out loud. I preach the gospel to myself, the good news to myself. I sing it. I think it. But most often, I have it in my pocket and I think, what's in your pocket? You cannot be a pleaser of man and a disciple of Christ.